Nolan, good to see you. I'm glad we are talking through one of the toughest transitions in retirement, becoming a spender instead of a saver. I was surprised to learn that only 1/3 of retirees are actually comfortable spending their retirement money. Most would rather live off Social Security, pensions, or income from part-time work. So, Nolan, you and I have spent hours talking through retirees' biggest fear about living their retirement money. But what about the other side of that coin? Don't hoard your money and compromise your quality of life. How do you help people transition from being savers to spenders?
Yeah, and I mean that's one of the most important questions that I think you can ask as you get ready for retirement. We always talk about risk, stocks versus bonds, market risk, non-market risk. Well, this is something that we call withdrawal rate risk. It's making sure that the withdrawal rate that you have off of your portfolio is, number one, sustainable, but number two, provides the retirement lifestyle that you want. I mean, we don't encourage everybody to burn through their money, but we certainly encourage you to have a plan for how to spend the money that you saved for so many years. Otherwise, why do you have it? It's important to be able to use it, enjoy it, and have a happy and healthy retirement.
Enjoy your retirement. Exactly. A study by BlackRock found that a vast majority of retirees still had 80% of their retirement savings 2 decades into retirement, and 1/3 even grew their assets. Do those numbers surprise you?
They do surprise me a little bit. I think that's a little indicative of what people have been living on over the past 20 years in their retirement. There's a lot more families that have 3 or 4 streams of income, like 2 Social Securities plus a pension, or 2 Social Securities and 2 pensions. So the last couple decades, and maybe 30, 40 years, people haven't needed to live so heavily off of their retirement savings. I think that coin is about to flip, though, because there are a lot less guaranteed sources of income, and people are going to have to figure out how to spend their money in a sustainable way to live a 30-year retirement like their parents have.
And I know that you have an action plan to help people feel more comfortable spending their hard-earned money. And the first step in that plan is to have a spending plan. And this same study, Nolan, found that 1/4 of people do not have a spending plan.
Yeah, a spending plan is something that people are completely unfamiliar with most times too. And that spending plan revolves around a constant and consistent budget as you're approaching retirement, and how that budget might change in retirement too. So your spending plan is basically assessing your current expenses, prepping your debt, prepping all of your payments, so that once you do transition to retirement and you have these guaranteed streams of income, you know how much that income is going to be. You have a plan for how to spend your money, and you have a plan for your other assets and how they might come into play as well.
Right. And so you're leading me right into step number 2, which is assessing your fixed income sources. So what does that mean exactly?
Yeah, assessing fixed income can mean a couple different things for everybody, but most times what it means is running through a couple different scenarios of your Social Security, saying, well, what if I claim early? What if I claim at age 70? You can run those simulations and use your assets to kind of fill in any gaps that you might need to. But the most important thing that you need to do is just assess those guaranteed income sources. You have Social Security, you might have 2 between you and your spouse, and then you might also have a pension. So evaluating those, figuring out how they're going to be taxed, figuring out if there's going to be any penalization, and if you plan on continuing to work, how that might affect those benefits as well.
And when you've completed step 1 and 2, then you can move on to step 3, which is whatever the discrepancy between those two is. That's the retirement gap. How do you help people bridge that gap?
Yeah, that gap is really the name of the game as far as what we do here at Cornerstone Retirement Partners. So what we do is basically take all of the income producing assets that you've accumulated, your retirement savings, your bank instruments, CDs, money markets, things like that, and position them in a way that they can, number one, fill that income gap as soon as possible, so that you can retire as soon as possible. But number two, give you a very, very strong chance of not outliving your money going through a multi-decade long retirement. A lot of people can fill that income gap and can figure out how to take money out of their accounts, but as far as how to do it sustainably through dividends and interest and things like that, that gets into an area that some people are just unfamiliar with. So just planning, it's part of the process.
Well said. That plan brings peace of mind. If somebody would like to start having that conversation with you, Nolan, to create that plan, what's the best way to reach you?
So you can call our office at 616-301-2581 or visit our website, cornerstone-rp.com, and fill out the Contact Us button at the bottom of the page, and we'll reach out to you as soon as we can and help however we're able.
All right. Nolan, thank you.
Thanks, Erin.